Well, welcome to Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with Reverend Lee Wallach. Today, I want to talk about the idea of the power of becoming more self aware. So, I think we've got to really look at, before we can look at the power, we got to look at what is self awareness. Because some people think that when you say the word aware, it just means you're cognizant of what's going on around you. And that's a true statement. But what I'm talking about, gang, is that when you have the power of self awareness, you understand what is most important to you. You know those top three areas of life that absolutely juice you. And you know that because you've identified what are your top values, your top three, four, five values. And from that, your top three, four, five values means you understand that these are the areas of life where you want more, that you feel there's a void in your life or you want to get more in it because it juices you to beat the band. And when you become aware of those values, then self awareness is knowing them, but then it's followed by living them. So you literally take everything that comes to you that you're about to decide, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do there? You put them up against your values and you ask the question, is this truly a value to me? Why am I doing this? And so one of the things that I'll share with you is, how do I do that? Well, as you all know, or maybe you don't know, I teach the values determination process. And in it, we determine what your top values are by a series of questions. It's been formulated by Dr. John B. DeMartini. It works extremely well. And they're your values at this time. And so my number one value is to become more aware. My number two value is to teach. My number three value is interpersonal relationships. My number four value is personal health and well-being. My number five value is being financially free to do what I want, when I want, how I want. And my sixth value is to travel and experience other cultures and spirituality. So when something happens for me, like I saw that Dr. Joe Dispenza was coming to Dallas, and I saw that and I said, does it serve my number one? Yes. Does it serve my number two? Yes. Does it serve my number three? Yes. Does it serve all my top values? Yes. I signed up. Other people will come to me and say, Lee, I want you to do this. I want you to come to this event. You'll just find it interesting. And I look at the event and I make a discernment. Does it really serve my values? And if it doesn't, I say no. And people say, well, you got to go. No, you don't got to go. You don't got to do anything. You're always that choice. And here's one of the things about learning about the power of becoming more self-aware means you're not a people pleaser. Because if you're a people pleaser, then you're not self-loving. You're putting someone else above you on a platform. You're making them more important, and you're willing to sacrifice what your life is about for what their life is about. And I'm just going to tell you right now, we should never be sacrificing our life. We're not meant here to sacrifice. If you want to perform an act of service, kind service, and it suits your values, do that. But you don't put yourself down. You don't put anyone else above you. You see, that's an awareness. So I'm going to invite you to look at the relationships in your life and see, are they serving you? Are they supporting, to the best of your ability, what you know your highest values to be? Are they supporting you? And support would mean this to me. It would be a give and receive. How many of you are in relationships and have friends where you're always the one calling? Or how many of you in relationships where the other person is always the one calling and you never call? Those are not relationships, because relationships are two-way. It's important for both people. Both people are making an effort. It's not a one-sided thing. Are you getting where I'm coming from? That's about becoming self-aware. Here's another way of being self-aware. Are you aware that everything you drink and eat, your body takes and turns it into your body? If you were truly self-aware of that, would you not be putting in good food, building materials for your body to create your body? Look out in the world. In the United States, what do we have? 50% of the population, almost 50% of the population in the United States is obese. I didn't say overweight. I said obese. Why do you think that is? Well, it seems to me pretty obvious. They're putting in not quality food, and they're putting in more than enough not quality food that they have developed a condition that we have labeled as obesity. Is that self-aware? Probably not. And you see, this is the real thing. So if you start to examine your life, don't beat yourself up. No, gang, don't beat yourself. I see you out there. Don't beat yourself up. Realize that you just haven't been aware enough. But become aware and ask questions. Is this in the best interest for my life? Realize at this time, this is the only life you got. Here's another thing. People around you are always complaining and gossiping. Are you aware enough to realize that if you stay in that energy, it's going to affect you? Why would you stay in that energy? I have no idea. I'll tolerate it for about a minute or two, and then I'll change the subject. And if I can't change the subject, I'm out of there, gang. Because I realize that the energy I allow into my sphere of influence, into my immediate area, has an impact on me, and I'm not going to let that happen. I'm being very self-aware. And you see, you can't be self-loving unless you're self-aware. You can't reap the benefits of self-love unless you're self-aware. You're not going to be good to anyone else in a real meaningful relationship unless you're self-aware. So today, do yourself a favor. Everything that happens, say, what's the intention here? Is this going to nourish me or delete me? Am I subordinating myself, or am I treating everyone as equals? I want you to know, some people look up to me because I'm a minister. I'm no better. I'm no worse. I'm unique. You're unique. At the core of all we are, we're the same. We're all part of oneness. Make it a great day and know that you are loved because I love you. Aloha.